Hey, greetings, everyone. Yo, let's go. What are we gonna do tonight? Anon Mystic, what's up? Are we gonna get prosperous tonight? Are we gonna try and help the homies get some prosperity in their lives tonight?
Absolutely. Listen, this is like the last call. Not only that, but it's a perfect day to do it. 8-8. Let's go. We got this. Everybody lock in. Time to break out your notebooks because it's about to get real.
It's about to get real, man. I mean, yeah, dude. No, let me say what's up to Stacy Sunshine. She needs a new wrench. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Stacy needs a new wrench. I her comments last week were so fire that I had to like ban her for accidentally. Hold on. I banned her accidentally, dude. Like, so let me give her a new wrench. She is the moderator of moderators. Let's go. All right. Yeah, man. So there's a cycle, there's timing, there's astrology, there's everything involved here. We know what's going on. Most people should know that lizards are going to be lizarding. They're going to want to know everything about you, what you're doing, how you're doing. They don't want you to break through and make these dystopian matrix credits. They don't want you to start your own club, be your own bank, make your own money, like literally make your own money. And yeah, and for someone like myself, I go, cool story. I'm unstoppable. Good luck, and good luck getting a confession if you know if that comes to that. I mean, there's a big difference to holding your keys and not holding your keys, and I mean that if you know, you know. I mean, it's a big game changer that no coiners cannot even fathom, yo. It changes how chains to the block, how it functions, right? You have your own keys to the chains, then you're not a slave. You're a powerful being, yo. And for no coiners listening, I mean this literally. This is not, I'm not even being figurative. I mean, like, for those that know, they know. It's basic stuff. So um we're also planning for things to come. Like a lot of folks like Anon Mystic and myself, we live positioning ourselves like 4 years in advance and then some. You know what I mean? And we use the code for utility because we want to prosper and we want our people to prosper. And we want to be like, you can't help someone in that you love if you're jammed up. So we're going to be that quote unquote rich uncle or whatever, we're not going to be dependent on the system, which is what they are going to force you into unless you become your own bank in multiple types of ways. When you have resources, yo, you can make some things happen. So anyway, I could keep rambling, bro, but like, what you think, man?
No, it's real. Like, the thing you hit on something that I really, really want to reiterate is this opportunity gives people to have the keys to the chains, right? To take them chains off. And that's what's powerful about right now because the last time that this occurred was right before gold hit the market, right? Um, truly. And not only that, but you could say the tech stocks and stuff like that before they really, pre Y2K, early 90s, stuff like sure, right? The dot-com bubble, things like that. Um,
Yeah.
so we're in a very special time. These opportunities don't come around
Oh,
too often, but when they do, we have to seize the day and take those opportunities
and
because
we're
at the
here.
end of the
Dude, forgive me for interrupting. I gotta drive home a specific point that you just brought up. If you want to pretend you're from some virtuous place, the internet, right? It didn't really become like really retailish until the 90s and then exponentially in the 2000s, right? And then, 2000 teens until we're here now. If if you guys remember like the movie Back to the Future, he's like, remember Yahoo, right? You know what I mean? So like if you're in the 90s and you're like, man, I'm gonna buy like a Yahoo stock or I'm gonna buy an Amazon stock. It's just some random bookstore. And then it blows up and you become a bazillion gazillionaire based on the timing and on the opportunity, that the rare opportunity of a new thing. You can't tell me from some sort of perceived virtuous martyr high ground that buying an internet stock in the 90s is somehow going, and that's a problem, right? The internet's a problem. It's part of the beast system, and they know that they were going. These are transhumanists. These are technocrats that have been around for hundreds of years. They had this game plan going for now. So when you see what they're up to, you go, cool. I'll stack my pennies next to your dollars, and I'm gonna crush. So you can't be goofy and be like, I would never have invested in Yahoo or whatever. I don't even know. Like whatever it is. Nvidia or whatever. I have, you know what I mean? Because it's the same concept. If
Yeah.
you're telling people that they're going to acquire karmic debt because they're investing in a brand new financial system, rolling out, that it's going to enslave humanity, but you can see it and go, okay, well, let me put a couple pennies on here so that I'm not enslaved. I'm actually have a little more resources and I can actually navigate the gulag a little better. Then get out of it. I want my people to prosper, man. So I would say ignore anyone telling you that prospering in this, the whole realm is fudged up, y'all.
Well,
You don't
let me.
see in the forest. You don't see, one of my dogs is being loud. You don't see lions taking down a gazelle. That's ruthless. This realm is ruthless, yo. Big fish eating little fish. That happens all the time. So you can't act like you're going to be on some virtuous ground by not taking this opportunity. If you're a high-minded decoder, alchemist, include whatever fancy word you want to say, and you don't see what's coming, and you don't see it also written in the stars, literally, which is what we're going to get into. Um, a non-mystic, a lot of us, we tie in the astrology and the numerology and gematria in this and going, oh, I see what y'all are up to. Cool. I'm gonna tap into that. And guess what? I'm gonna improve my crew. I'm not, guys, I don't come from a wealthy family. I have no bailout. It's just me. So if you're telling me you're gonna get a karmic debt by investing in this blockchain. It's like, yo, man, lose my number, dog. Like, what are you talking? You want me to work forever in the same beast system and annihilate my soul with no time working for a UBI paycheck? What? That's the alternative. And you don't think there's a karmic debt there? Like, use your.
Well, here's
How
the
you doing,
thing.
bro? Let me mute my mic. I'm getting fired up.
Nah, nah, nah. Well, here's the deal, right? So let's really take an let's look at the opposite perspective, right? So, all right, cool. So, I'm a very spiritual individual, right? You're a very spiritual individual. Great. Now, isn't alchemy taking a bad thing or a not so great thing and turning it into a good thing? Like, that to me is the highest form of alchemy. And that's what, that's literally transmuting all that dark negative energy. And not only that, but especially if you were to form a community or, help your family, all these things, right? Because the reality is, 90% of the sheep are getting led to the slaughterhouse currently, right? So, with that being said, they're doing this. Oh no, it's oh no, oh it's never gonna. Oh no. Okay, cool. I understand, but hey, listen. Whenever you see what happens, then you're gonna really be kicking yourself because man, dang, that's tough. That's tough. Like that's like not good, man. Like I understand, like I totally get it. But if you're taking a bad thing and turning it into a good thing, who can really knock that? At the end of the day, um, not only that, but I had an interview at a hedge fund like 2 years ago, and they really liked me a lot. They wanted to bring me on, et cetera, et cetera. Um, had some circumstances I didn't really like. I didn't really buy into. There was a few different things I just wasn't. Didn't align with my vision or my goal, or my values. So I declined, right? Because I just did other things. But I think it's highly funny because I remember very vividly in the interview that the man asked me a question. I forget exactly what the question is, but I remember the answer because I felt this way for some time, right? Literally trading and doing all these things is the only way you can actually be free financially. And the reason why I say that is because if you own a business, you have to rely on your customers to spend money with you. So even owning your own business doesn't mean that, oh, I'm financially, like, no, that's not freedom. You're just a slave to your customers, technically, right? So why not just find a way to break away from all those things? Because let's be honest, brick and mortar is also done. I made a video back in 2018 about AI, how all this stuff was going to go away, and all this stuff is actually coming to fruition right now. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, guys. Like, it's time to get on with it. Like, this is the only way to be free financially. Not like spiritually free, but financially free, which also allows you to be or allows you to work towards to be spiritually free in the mind, right? Because you get your time back, you get all these other things back that you don't have working the old, you know, working on the plantation. Let's be honest, right? So I understand.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mooniverse. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad to
Yeah. If
see
you have
you.
a passion, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Go, go.
No, if you have a passion, I'm sure a bunch of us have passions, but that anxiety of having to, it's interesting you put that you're having your own businesses, you're a slave to your customers. I was literally thinking today, like, of examples, like if I had a passion and it included brick and mortar, like if for whatever reason, having the funds to pursue your passion, and that passion might not even um translate into like monetizing it. It might be but it's something you enjoy. You need to fund those adventures. And this, yeah, so like this right here, you can fund your adventures. You know, lots of people are struggling. This is an opportunity to get out of the struggle. We're all probably paycheck to paycheck or pretty darn close. I'm sure, like, you know, relatively speaking, some are in more difficult places than others. So, how is bringing the message to spiritual beings, those with high vibes and high freaks, going, guys and gals, this is an opportunity that will not be around later. Stacy mentioned Amazon stock. It's not like you can go, oh, well, now I'll buy Amazon stock and get rich. It's like, no, this is a timing thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you buy Amazon stock in the 90s. You know what I mean? We're buying Amazon stock in the 90s right now. It's not a, oh, well, whatever. Now, and the problem is, so anyway, I think everyone gets it. So
Yeah.
it's so weird to like go, hey guys, investing is a thing. You can invest in something and you worked hard and maybe multiply that money. It's so goofy to some of the people, man, in these groups. I've always had problems with people in these communities. They have a problem with money. And again, I don't know if you'd be surprised, Dustin. Like, I know people, you'd be surprised. They come from actually wealthy families, and they'll talk about how money's not important. Like, literally, I've met homeless people, and I'm like, you don't look too bad, and like, oh, and you find out they're from like a generational wealth family. They're just slumming it. I'm just like you guys. So be careful who you listen to when they act like money's not a thing. Because I don't know about y'all, but like I mentioned, I don't have a safety net. You know what I'm saying? And I also have some passions that I want to do, and I want my time. I want to enjoy this realm and not be chained to the block. I want to be able to move around the gulag freely, and that takes. You can try and woosah your way through it, but it's difficult if others depend on you. And for my position, Dustin, we've talked before where it's like, if it's just me, I'll hobo across the trains across the US, and I'll go hobo styles, just me. Who cares? There's other people that depend on me. And there's other people that may not depend on me at this second, but may depend on me later, family and stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So you have to see what's coming. Why are you guys out here talking metaphysical, occult, doing this and that if you're not going to use the skills to improve your situation? To me, I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. That's not hard mathematics for me. If I got a cheat code, bro, and I'm dealing with cheaters and liars, which is them people, then I'm going to use the cheat code against them for my benefit. And that's it, and that's that. Ain't no karmic debt involved. And when you see me rocking, don't pretend don't try and say I got lucky, because we've been out here grinding for years trying to make some things happen.
Well, think about this. You asked something very important. And you said that why are these people, or people in general, to be honest, it doesn't matter who it is, why are they saying these things, and why do they believe that they shouldn't have money? Well, listen, there's many reasons, but what do we know? Most of this planet operates from scarcity, right? Listen, on the best of days, I don't, but I even have struggles too inside of myself, that sometimes we all operate from a scarcity mindset, right? But that's where we have to flip it. This is the opportunity. This is the bet you want to take, right? This is the bet you want to take. And, listen, I feel for those people sometimes too, because, like, listen, it ain't easy. This realm is not easy, and it can beat you down and kick you a million times while you're down, right? But are you going to get back up? And for me, absolutely, every single time. Even when everybody would be like, oh, there's no way he's going to get back up after this. Yeah, right. I'm here. I'm back.
Some of us are built different, yo. Some of us are resilient. And that's incredible, man. Some of us are so resilient, and we're built different. So I know a bunch of us. I know me. I can tell stories how I've gotten gut punched and coming back. Um, I know Anon, homie, and I can tell you about. You have no idea how much money we've lost. You know what I'm saying? But we're still here. And failure. Read any self-help book. Open up chapter 2 in any self-help book you've ever read. It'll be like, one of the. I'll quote. I don't know. I'll quote one. The road to prosperity is paved by a whole bunch of failures. I just made that up, but you guys get the idea. If you don't try, shoot, man. And I've had friends talk to me and tell me they actually use me as an example of resiliency because I'm just like, yo, and I know how, and that is a part of this. You get beat up. I mean, I had a Charlie horse. I was sleeping. I had a Charlie horse the other day, and it wrecked my world, son. I'm like, I'll quit. If I could tap out at that moment, I'd be like, I tap out. But no, I'm still here, yo. Through Charlie horses, through having no balance on all levels, being zero balance on those numbers, and also being zero balanced in spiritualized, So, but we're still here, yo. What? I will never let anyone. No one's gonna shame me into pushing through. That's why I have to be like a Ronin, and that's why you got to be a non, and we're both mystics, and we're not popular, and that's just the way it is. If you think you're a mystic, you're probably not going to be popular, and that's okay.
I prefer it that way.
You don't want what? You don't want 100,000 people depending on your word every 2 days?
Nah, man, that is for the birds. Like, no thanks. You can keep that. You can have it.
Tell me, oh Grand Dustin, it's Wednesday. Please drop your wisdom. There's 250,000 of us waiting for you. It's like, sheesh, who wants that, yo? I'm cool with 50 people, and I know like 20 of them personally. That's plenty. That's actually a lot.
Yeah. Because listen, I've had groups where 100, 200, 300 people. Even that gets to be too much, man. To be honest, it gets to be too much.
Oh, I like this message. No, keep going. I'm forgiving. I just really like this message from. I was gonna say Moonshine from Mooniverse. This is real though.
Yeah. No, listen. This is like This is like literally last call, y'all. Last call. And we got these lunar eclipse coming. Total lunar eclipse, by the way. Not a partial, but a total. So, again, if you know, you know. What's up, Monroe? What's up, pirates?
We're out here. We're digital pirates out here, man. We're not placating to the lizards, man. Straight up. And I like this again. Oh, and also Stacy is, a scarcity versus abundance mentality. I mean, I always say my little mantras or whatever you want to call them, and abundance is one of them. I say gratitude for the abundance, But man, I can tell you I need my AC fixed. That's like $800. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my dog hurt her ankle. I'm like, dang, I know that's gonna cost. It's funny how it's this transactional realm, and we deal in these things. So it's not really a scarcity. It's like, yo, man, I could be like a squirrel, man, and just really squirrel away a horde of pirate booty for if I have a rainy day. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
To me, this is basic stuff. I feel like we're just saying the most basic stuff right now, but in this weird times, it's like needs to be said, which is so odd. I feel like we wouldn't even have 20 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd be like, yo, let's get that money, B. Oh, yeah. And shout out to the Almighty. And that's how we move. Like, this isn't even a conversation on, hey guys, investing in, like, what are we? It's so strange to me, bro.
Well, here's the thing though. In the world is full of programs, right? It's full of programs. It's full of brainwashing. It's full of hypnotize everything, man. Like literally, it's full of all this stuff. And if you live that convenient lifestyle, well, chances are you're not going to understand because you've already been brainwashed, right? And that's that's where it gets rough for people, and they don't understand what's actually happening. But right before their very eyes.
What you got, kiddos in the background? We're okay with it.
Yeah, so right before their very eyes,
Dude, he's like,
really,
he mutes it and is like, shut up. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, no, but in the grand scheme, like people just don't like. It's amazing to me. Like I don't know, decalcify that third eye, right? Decalcify that thing. I don't know. Go ground. Go touch a tree. Go do something. I don't know. But listen, you better figure it out because if not, this is literally the last frontier. This is the last frontier. I hope people understand that because this is the last. Cash is actually the last form of privacy that we actually have now. They've actually stripped every form of privacy that we actually have right now except cash. And why do you think they're coming so hard for it? Because once they can get control of that and they can turn you off, remember that whole thing where like it was a whole trend where people go, oh, you got canceled, I'm canceling you. Yeah, they're gonna cancel your shit straight up, and nobody's gonna care. And guess what? Nobody's gonna be able to speak up because they don't want to get canceled either. They want to be able to go to the store and buy some food. They want to be able, you know what I mean? So this is an alternative solution because they can't see it. They can't touch what they can't see. And if you think that that is a setup, where do you think they're going to be actually operating? They're going to be using this too. You best believe that because they don't want you to know how they shake and move. That's a fact. So I don't know, man. Like
Yeah, there's a couple of things. There's making money in whatever medium of exchange that is, and then there's keeping it. When other cats
exactly.
trying to take it. And if it's the
Yeah.
old days of you got you got some coppers and some silvers in your pocket, or you made some cash, you made a cash on the move. It's like, oh well, now you got to squirrel that away or hide it and put it somewhere. So it's wild. It's the same thing, just in the digital world. And yeah, man. So I mean, um, and it's not all bleak, or we know that it's not all bleak, but it's
Oh,
just there's some dorks that just are trying to be dorky out here. So we're like, hey man, no, we're cool. We're the cool kids. Beat it, nerds. You owe me
well,
extortion. It's like, I owe you extortion. You have um you're like a skinny obese person. Like, look at Bill Gates type body. I'm like, well, I'll get my goons after you. It's like, okay, but what if I got my own? I'm just kidding, kind of.
hey, listen. The thing of it is people better really take warning. You know, like okay, you ever heard that old saying, "Red skies at night, sailors delight." Red skies in the morning, sailors take warning.
Mm,
Yeah, that's real. That's real. And guess what? The skies are
I like
starting to
it.
be red in the morning.
Yeah. So take warning. That's where we are now. Um, and I don't. It's okay. So I feel like there are parallel things happening because kind of when I look at things through the 3D lens, the stuff we're kind of talking about a bit, it looks very bleak, right? But when I think of the more the kind of more metaphysical, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, my connection with the Almighty, and I'm a fractal, and all those types of things. The energy, and transmuting the energy. We're talking about 3D alchemy transmuting, but transmuting the energy. I still think that that's kind of cool. Like, I think like cool stuff is happening, and the dorks are trying to make it not cool. They're like, they're not even alchemists, they're illusionists, and all their power is kind of like mechanical. Even if it deals in the spiritual, it's kind of like mechanical, but it's hard to draw on a chalkboard in a two-dimensional thing on how my Taurus interacts with the other, the time, and to go, hey, guess what? Space is fake. What does that mean? Time is fake too. What does that mean? Oh shit, I don't know. Let me go meditate on that for about 80,000 years, because that's another aspect. There's the cycles. I'm not controlled by these cycles, but I see them. There's the large cycles, Pluto and Aquarius. That means something. Uranus is rocks with Aquarius like that. And that's where we are now. It's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
Beyond this, it ain't going to be too cool. This is literally this is the Lionsgate day, right, today. But there's a lot happening where doors are open and closing. They're going to be closing soon, in my opinion, for an extended amount of time. I feel like I got off my original. I was going to make a point. I feel like I just started going off trail there, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. No worries. Here's the thing. The most important thing, because I do want to actually get into some charts too at some point. Listen, you guys can do whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference to me or to Ronin. It doesn't make a difference. Everybody has to choose for themselves. Everybody has to find and hold their own truth, right? And I respect that. But for me, yeah, this is where it's at, man. Because for me, this is what I see from a 50,000 foot overview, right? I see this time as a pivotal transitional time in history. And this is going to be this is literally going to dictate the trajectory of the next transition for me and the tribe, right? Like, for real. Like, let's be serious. This, what other has there ever been a civilization in the planet's history that we know about that has not fallen? No. Everybody has lost their power at some point, so nothing lasts forever. And I think that's also highly important for people to understand as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to keep rambling.
I know. Oh, it's such a beautiful rant.
But yeah, I mean that's just the nature of it, Like, I personally see this as just a pivotal moment in history that's going to lead us into a bigger transition for humanity as a whole. And I know that's probably really hard for a lot of people to see right now, but on the other side of all this stuff, on the other side, it's pretty awesome. But just like anything else, you don't get all these awesome, amazing, like, beautiful things with no sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like, it does require sacrifice, whether it's time, whether it's, money, whatever. It all requires sacrifice. Anything good in life requires a sacrifice. I don't care what it is. So, it's all good. Either way, it's all good. So,
I'm taking
with that being said,
yo.
I'm gonna, like,
you want to do some charts, bro? So
Yeah.
Let's go over specific charts. A non-mystic is an amazing, which is technical analysis. So we got to do grown-up stuff, right? Doesn't it always suck sometimes? You're playing with the puppies and you're frolicking in the flowers. And you go, oh my gosh, I have to sit down and do paperwork. But this isn't going to be as bad as that. But you know what I'm saying? We have the woo-woo talk, but we do got to do some of that homework, some of that sweat equity that Anon was talking about. You know what I mean? And this are charts. These are literal charts. And the beauty about using the code is these charts equal numbers. And it's so much easier to use numerology and gematria and stuff in with numbers. It's with numbers because there's a qualitative thing there. So and then you combine that with the charts because we have a full do you want to tell them or do you want to do this while we're on the charts? We have a full lunar eclipse coming, not a partial, a full, and we knew what happened the last full, and we knew these full. We're one of the very few people. By groups I mean just a couple, like literally just a couple of us, being aware of the lunar and solar eclipses coming in 2025, like 4 years ago. We're also now we're preparing for actually 2028 as well right now, in a way. We're preparing.
Okay.
We have 2026, 7, 8, 9, pretty much, thought of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're here now. We have the lunar eclipse now. We've been preparing for it. We didn't follow our instinct in the last one. We know kind of what it's going to do, and we can watch it from a decoder alchemist lens. And we have a full lunar eclipse in, was it like 9th, 10th?
It's the 7th and the 8th, yeah.
Like 7th, 8th, okay.
Of September, yeah.
Yeah, September. Yeah. And then a week Fed meeting in the US, right? In the US.
FOMC the 17th, I believe.
17th. In which, you can decode that if you want. And so they'll, we're dealing with magi versus magi, player versus player. We're magi, they're magi also, and we're playing magi versus magi, but it's not in the open. We're doing it on the field. And in this case, the financials are our chessboard. Mm-hmm. And so on the 17th, they decide to up the rates, lower the rates, or not do anything with the rates, right? So with the timing, the bearishness is out of the way, essentially. You're still going to feel that energy, the full moon energy after, but it's going to start to wane, and things should start going up because it's just like crypto in this cycle, 2025, 4-year cycle, based on all things. It's not a Shemitah either, which is kind of good. It's like trying to hold a ball down in water, right? So we're going to be out here. I'm expecting a mini pump before the lunar eclipse, which I will be selling. And then I'm going to wait for bottoms to come in, and then I'm going to buy back. And then I'm going to ride everything till October, November, December, maybe even January, selling all along the way. And I'm going to take it like I stole it. I'll be selling these cryptos like I stole them, son. And I also say that because they won't know who sold. They won't know where the money went. I'll be like, oh my gosh, got $5,000 in this crypto. That just did a 30x. Oh, shnikes, what's that? 150K? Later, dorks. That's on one thing.
That's it.
Conservative play. But anyway, let's get to, bro. I know you and I can go back. I feel like we're like, this is halftime in like a sports game, and you and I are like the coaches. We're like, all right, guys, here we go. You know what I mean?
No, man. Listen, this is it. This is about to be the last quarter. You know what I mean? So absolutely, 100%. I mean, right now, obviously, just zooming out, right, on a weekly chart for Ethereum. I'm going to talk about Ethereum because Ethereum did something, very important today, right? Ethereum, you can look at it two ways, right? You can look at it, okay, we're butting up against here resistance, right? Perfect. Ethereum has to make a choice. it's either going to bust
I'm gonna
through
take
this
us out.
resistance.
I'm gonna take us out of the thing so it's a better view. And okay, boom.
Yeah. But you know, we
4K
gotta
today,
bust.
y'all.
Yeah, we gotta bust through this resistance. So we're at decision time for Ethereum, but we haven't been back at this level since December of last year. That should raise an alarm to people, right? Um,
Hold
we
up, is
also,
Ethereum 420 right now, bro?
yeah, it was just 420. Actually, it's funny because we were talking about that last night.
Yo, is it four? Oh, it says 418.9.
Yeah,
Yo,
but it was
it's
420 though.
yeah. In our record books, it's 420 during this show tonight. So that's what happens, and that's it, and that's that. Deal with it.
Yep. So, we're at a decision. So Ethereum has to make a choice here, right? Okay, perfect. Previous all-time high back here in November of 21 was about 48.68, right?
Oh, and I said we
Perfect.
stated that at I have to chime in, man. My clock says 2040. It's 8:40, but my clock says 2040, which is kind of like 420 if you want to mix and match. Guys,
Yeah,
there you go, 420 right there. Boom!
there
422,
it is.
yo.
There it is. There it
Oh, get
is.
them. All right. I just had to. We touched it. Yo, they're listening to us. The market is see how it moves like that?
Yeah.
Get out of here, guys. Get out of here. Anyway, that's my last interruption.
No, you're
The
good.
numbers, guys.
No worries. No worries. So we got to bust through this, right? Or we got to break down. Okay. Um, So Ethereum has to make a choice, regardless. Ethereum is at a critical level right now where it absolutely has to make a decision. So we can also, we can come down. Sure, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, right? But where we are in the cycle is also very important too. Now we check this up here. 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. This is the 4th time, right? This is the weekly chart. Last time we were here was December of 24, right? And then what happened after? Do y'all remember what happened? Okay. So we'll come back to it. But right here, all-time high, 48.68. If we can get up here and test it, we're going to start to see these altcoins really start moving, because that is going to signal the entire market that it's on. It's on, right? Now, are we going to break this level the first time? I don't believe so. I really don't think so. But we'll probably touch here, come back test this as support, and probably come up here, and we're going to be facing some resistance right here at about $5,976 because of this spider line. Now, I do the spider lines too. I know a lot of people, I'm not even going to go into this, but you can obviously see that these spider lines hold a lot of weight, right? Um, Check out my YouTube. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff as well. I've done all kinds of stuff previously. So, yeah. But once we get over this critical spider line here, next fib level, 7,600. That's your first profit taking line, which is the 1272. Then you have the 1414, $9,727. Then you have this other one, the 1618, which is your final profit taking line, which is $13,649. Now, funny story is we also have another spider line here. So can we wick? Of course. But this is also going to be resistance here too. And this is going to be so far overextended, it's going to be very top heavy. And listen, take your money. Do yourself a favor. Take your money if you own any Ethereum. So, I don't know. Listen, that's my run on Ethereum. But I just want to go over that because Ethereum is at literally critical levels today. We just just hit that, as of today. We just got our daily close here at 8 p.m. EST. So very, very important stuff, guys. Just wanted to kind of throw that out there. I personally really don't care about Bitcoin as much. Why? Because we already know where it's going to go. But let's be honest. The upside from where Bitcoin is right now to the very tippy top doesn't really matter, guys. It's not, it's Bitcoin is literally not important anymore. The only reason why it's important is, as a market indicator for me personally. Um, our Ethereum dominance is also taking an uptick too, which is really nice to see because as you can see, our Ethereum dominance has been having a really hard go around since, right around here, December of 21. This is where it started that distribution phase.
That's where we are now, guys,
And
or that's where we're
bam.
going. Sorry.
Yep. No, you're good. And it's kind of funny because the whole Ethereum dominance chart is like an Adam and Eve double bottom, which is pretty cool because that's pretty bullish, honestly.
Let me answer. Let me just answer a question from the chat, bro.
Yeah.
And this is educational, straight up. Yeah, like so. It's funny, Dustin and I, we talk about real estate and we do it again from an alchemist perspective and just all the data that we see, even, put on your tinfoil hat and all that. And I would wait on real estate. I feel like we're gonna crush with the cryptos.
Listen,
And I feel like then everyone else, unfortunately, the real estate time, because people can't sell right now. Their houses went up in value, but they literally, and they go, cool, my house just doubled in value. I'm gonna sell. Ain't no buyers. So it's a phony evaluation. So why? So they can actually charge more taxes. Your house is more set. So there people get stuck, right? So people will get wrecked. Those of us that have the liquidity, I'll be the opposite of BlackRock. I'll be, Mystic Circle or something. I'll be Sunshine Circle. I'll be Sunshine Circle and battle and buy up whatever I can buy up. And we already know we already eyeball stuff from a prepper perspective. So you got to take all that knowledge that you've looked into over the years, man, and mix it and use it. So I would and you know what? That timing, spring, maybe, but there's gonna be blood in the streets, B. Like straight up. And you go, how could yo, if you try and tell me, dog, yo, Dustin, imagine there's blood in the streets in the housing market and stuff's going for pennies on a dollar. And I go, I'm gonna scoop up about 1,000 acres right now. And people try and shame me about it. I'd be like, yo, how do you even got my number, yo? I thought I changed numbers. You will not be able to shame me from buying up half of Kentucky, and that's real.
Right. Exactly.
So there's my. Listen, I don't know if that helped you, Stacy. Oh, dude. The name of our real estate company will be Sunshine Sass.
Sunshine Sass.
They're sassy. you know how the internet be calling people sassy? They're like Sunshine. Oh, those are them sassy cats. Yeah, we're Sunshine Sass. Deal with it, dorks. Oh yeah, that's go funny. Ahead, brother. I'm being silly.
I was just literally gonna say real estate would be a hard no, in my personal opinion, because listen,
it's attachment.
If not only that, but if you want to look at real estate personally, I wouldn't even begin to entertain the idea until 2027, 2028. More so towards 2028, to be real. I wouldn't even entertain it until then. Maybe even 2029. We're still early yet, right? We're still at the, we're starting to see things fall here, but not like they're going to, especially with what's coming. This tsunami, the real tsunami.
You're giving away our plan, bro. Out here in the open for free.
Yeah, it's not like anybody's gonna listen anyway.
That's that. So I would defer to what Dustin just said, Stacy. Like literally on the timing, like you'll see too. 2027, 2028-ish, you're gonna see straight wreckage, yo. And then what are you gonna do? Really rent the place out? I wouldn't even want to rent places out to these people now. These savages out here nowadays.
No, man. Nah, man. They'd be doing all kinds of
I just
wild
buy my
stuff.
homestead style, and chill. And what I love, so let me circle it all the way back. Learning this trading stuff. So if you have a bag already after, let's say we're in spring 2026, and we got it those a couple commas in our back pocket, and now I can sit at the Ronin Ranch and look at these charts and go, yo, I just need like 5% this week. Let me put a conservative 5%. Why? Let me look at the lunar. Let me look at the timing, the gematria. Let me look at everything. Go. I'm going to prepare a trade for a month, and I go. I think this is a good trade. Make 5%, 10%. Go boom. All right, cool. And then other times make a 1-2x. If I'm 1-2x in 6 figs, that's my lunch money for the year, folks. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And we're looking at Dia. Boom. Let's get into these bangers, B.
Listen, Dia, we had a nice run up here. Banged right off of the trend line here, as you can see. Um, you know, consistent trend line. Um, obviously we went all the way up here. Um, Tried to poke through the 50, but got rejected, which is very normal. But more importantly, again, the spider line. Whoops. The spider line, it nailed it right to a T on the spider line here. Got rejected, came all the way back down. Now, I was sitting here on the phone with Ronin about right in this range. All right, man, let's take our money. Let's take our money. and we did. We took our money. So um just to be transparent, we are back in for now. Um, for a short window here, and then we're gonna, let it all come back down.
Yeah.
The
So what could
lunar.
you like when I say a mini pump before the lunar eclipse? I think even just a couple days before the lunar eclipse, before you get a major dip, like early September, late not like September 2nd, and I'm just throwing that. That's a random date, but around that time, you're probably going to see a mini pump, meaning 20% ish, give or take. Um, I'm going to be selling ruthlessly, and then I'm going to buy back once the lows come in. Into you'll be so surprised how fast it drops. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Well,
bam, and then I go, cool. It's going to be that way for a couple days. I buy back in, and then it's going to start its rise in that late second half of September. It'll start to it'll step ladder up. October you'll start getting real giddy. You're like, oh snap! How am I sitting on a 6-8x? And then in November I might want to exit because there's some very sus astrology happening, and I'll have to wait and see what happens. So we do have plans. I have plans. Dustin has plans, but they are fluid based on what is shown. So shout out
absolutely.
74. It's basically 74, and that's what's popping. So what?
That's right.
And by the way, if Moonfeather wants to join, if she has, in her holster, this is another banger. So hold on, go back to Dio. What can we expect? So we can buy the Ronin Ranch, and I can take over the Sunshine Sass Company because I bought all the shares from Stacy and I voted her out off the board. What
Uh,
can we? What are some parabolic things we can expect here, brother?
well, all right. So this is what we're seeing here right here. I'm gonna pull up some indicators here. Obviously, this is a weekly chart. I'm gonna go down to the daily so we can kind of get a little bit closer of a picture here, right? obviously you see we're starting to round out here, which is very good. We're starting to round out here, looking like it wants to put in a local bottom, I should say, just a local bottom, right? So that's very good. That's bullish. We got our Stotch RSI starting to turn up. Once we start getting dailies over the 20 on the RSI, Stotch RSI, that's when we can confirm this next uptrend. Uh, you know, could be good, could not be, let's see what happens depending on the time. We also have our our regular RSI here getting ready to go for a cross. That's going to be really awesome. So let's go ahead, and now that you've seen the indies, let's go ahead and see what we can just kind of locally expect here potentially on this next pump. Potentially on this next pump, it could take us to $1.74, which is fine. But I wouldn't mind taking
nice,
here.
y'all.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking here at $1.63, or just slowly scaling out all the way up from the 1272 on, depending on how things are looking a little sketchy. Liquidity is starting to really dry up and volume's starting to go down. I'll be, whatever. I'm not going to give you my full strategy. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Just on this next local target, $1.74. Now, just to put it into perspective, mainly on these total lunar events, right? We typically see about 50% correction. So even if we came back down after we hit $1.74 and we rebought around, 86, 87, 90, even $1 for God's sakes, right? Right here at the support, which is very, very plausible. And it would set it up for a very bullish move because we're back testing this as support. That would be extremely bullish. I would love to see that. So just for shits and gigs, right? Let's go ahead and pull what that would look like from $1.74, the fib, down all the way down to, let's just even say this fib line here, right around like 96, 97 cents. That'd put our next local pump up to about 250 from there. So maybe we definitely probably have to go a little bit deeper just so we can, we can hit some other targets. Now, can we wick past this? Of course, it's just a local fib, so it's not going to get like, it's not the be all end all, right? Let's just say that. But what do we also have up here? We have the 786.
Oh, hold on, Dustin. And if you're not sure, don't forget you can sometimes use stop losses. So if you're not sure if it's going to punch through that resistance or get rejected, you can use stop losses. Or if you're like straight up ready to just take profit, you're like, hey man, it's $2. I'm good. Sell. Don't wait till $2.85. Like if that's your like sell before that,
But yeah, no. Like if you're at 255, right? And you're like, all right, well, I got.
And don't tell
like
people you're selling until after you sell. Don't tell them. Yeah. Any of these YouTube influencers out here, when they tell you to sell or buy, just know they already sold or already bought before they told y'all.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, anyways, back here, 786. Between this level, if it did punch through the 786, between here and the 886 is typically where things get sniped out, right? And then they see a nasty, nasty correction. So, in the grand scheme, really, before this next move that we got coming, not the local one I was just talking about at first, but after the lunar eclipse, we could easily see a move to the 786. It gets sniped out, come all the way back down, probably either a 702, which I don't think it has the market cap for that yet, but probably this 618, right? And then it's going to slingshot from there back to previous all-time high. When it's a test that previous all-time high again, it's not going to punch through the first time, because that's just the way things go. So you could sell here, you could be paid, whatever you want to do, because it's your money. Use it how you want to. It's not mine. So anyways, probably going to get sniped out to at least here. So you would take from like 580 to $4, right? Could be a decent little hit. But even could come back to 287 from there. But if it did, once it goes back up, we're gonna start getting to these upper targets here, right? 1272, we're looking at about $14. 1414, $23, and finally our top profit taking little $45. Let's go.
The 1618 is my guy, y'all. Hold on, just hover there for a second. That's my guy. That's $45 is my guy. I'll be selling at 40, but I'm just saying $40. That's 1618 is. I'm telling you, this is not phony, man. This is real, yo. I'm telling you, man.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. It's 74 cents. Yo, what if it's 74 cents? That sucker goes to 47 cents. And you're gonna tell me, wow, what a coincidence. I'm be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's real. And then we're gonna get into Lumia too, because this one hasn't even seen a market cycle yet. And this is like top tier lizard class for sure.
I have to use the restroom, brother. Can you keep going?
Nah, yeah, I got you. I got you covered. I got a lot to say about these charts.
Lumi is a banger. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. So, anyways, guys, right here, just what I see, right, from our daily. I like this because 1, 2, 3. We got a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern here. I could see us easily trying to test this 50 fib in the not so distant future, which would be right around 70 cents. Get sniped out, probably come back down here, try to build a little bit of support, and then take another stab at the 50 line, right? Which is bullish all day long. Again, remember though, this thing has not seen a market cycle yet. So this thing could definitely use the numbers. Definitely has a low supply. Actually, it has the same supply as DIA as well. But the United Nations is actually invested in this as well, of many other crazy things. So I'm not going to get into the research. I don't really do that too much anymore on YouTube and stuff like that. But that's for y'all. Y'all can do that. Do your homework. But yeah, so I like this a lot. I think it's going to do extremely well. Yeah. CXT. I like CXT. So also, this is something, covalent, obviously. Do your own research, what have you. They did rebrand, whatever. Again, do your own research. A lot of cool stuff happening with these guys. But this one is going to be a brand new market cycle with a new contract, which is pretty awesome. They are AI and EVM. And if you don't know what EVM, it's Ethereum Virtual Machine. Again, do your own research. Actually, we're going to cover one of my favorites, one of my personal favorites. As soon as I can find it, there it is. Pirate Chain. This chart is extremely interesting, which you're not going to find all the data here. but you can find a decent amount of the data, right? Well, actually, yeah, we don't have all of it though, because there's so much previous data beyond this. But what counts for this cycle is the previous all-time high, $18.30. Perfect. Anyways, obviously you see we're a long way from the top, right? But you also see we've been building one hell of a base here. Um, and, like they always say, longer the base, higher in space. So, yeah, this is going to get really, really, really interesting. um, so, if you guys have been stacking Pirate Chain, kudos to you. Um, we are going to be entering a time where that was a good choice. That was a good decision. Obviously, we keep trying to break through this resistance and bang off these spider lines. Right now, we're actually holding support at 1, so that's really good, especially after getting rejected twice up here at this other one. But really, in the grand scheme, we want to see us get back above 19.2 here in the short term, and then eventually, get back above 32, start building some solid support again, and so on and so forth, because 32 cents is our 236. Once we get above there, then we can start moving at a little bit better of a pace, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Hey, Dustin. For some of the homies out there, I want to reiterate: we're using the Fibonacci sequence, aka the golden ratio. And if you backtest this, you can see it. It hits these. The golden ratio operates in this financial gibber, stuff, right? So, just I just want to drive that home. We're using the golden ratio. This is a thing that happens. So, what? Anyway, continue, bro.
Oh, no, no, no. Well, just to kind of give you a little brief history, Fibonacci sequence tool for charts has actually been used for over 100 years now. It's one of the most widely used technical analysis tools, so which also even makes it have more validity as well. So fun fact for y'all. So, but yeah, this one's gonna be a good time. I'm pretty excited about this. I've been, obviously stacking and accumulating in this long, long range, and it's about to pay off big time. So super excited about that. But once we can break this spider line up here, once we really start getting above a buck 64, maybe even well, actually,
These pirates ain't ready, bro.
and once we break $1, really a dollar 30, we're gonna start accelerating extremely fast, in my opinion.
Oh, these pirates ain't ready, dog. They ain't ready. I'm telling you, man.
No, they're not ready for sure. But hey, we are. Let's go. So,
And for those that don't know, I mean, I have to say this, bro. And I won't go. We don't need to go preaching about it. This is the only privacy coin that exists. True privacy. So, and we're gonna make money, and we're gonna starve the beast. And guess what? They can't see what we do because we're ghost out here on the internet. So get them.
that's right. We got another
Get
one here
excited,
too.
guys. I know it sucks when the people are in fear. We are buying. When they start getting greedy and getting hype, we're out. We're out the back door. If you
Yeah.
are, if, you know what I'm saying. So that's just how it works. Yo. What you want me to tell you?
Well, it's called market psychology, and a lot of people don't have the stomach for it. And, that's another thing. That's why they use the colors in the market that they do, which is red and green, because people don't like to buy red, because red psychologically means like alert, stop, immediately. Green feels good, so that's another psyop in itself, right? So
Yep.
just a little food for thought there.
Hold on, my friend. Before you break that down, we have a special surprise guest. Uh, all of this was totally rehearsed earlier today. This is all just a simulation fabrication. We planned every moment of this. But let's and Dustin, keep going, my friend. And but we got to introduce there's a young lady who goes by the name of Mooniverse out here, Moonfeather, and welcome to the show, Moonfeather. How are you?
Let's go.
Peace and blessings, guys. Do you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Yes, totally rehearsed weeks in advance. But yeah, you know how we do. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you, Ronin, for inviting me on. It's always wonderful to see these two guys together. I had them on my show. It's crazy because I was thinking about the last Star Stocks and Crypto I did. And I invited Ronin and Anand, and we did, and that was with shout out to Ruel Black, and it did really well. The video did really well on TikTok, and yeah, I'm grateful to be here. And these are very, very exciting times. Happy Lionsgate portal to everyone. Today has been a fascinating, fascinating day. And yeah, I've just been in very high vibes all day today. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Gratitude goes a long way.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
yeah, Moonfeather. I mean, if you have I mean, we're going over the golden ratio. We already yapped about. We already tried to preach on the message. You know what I'm saying? We're alchemists out here, and watch us alchemize right now. Fibonacci's. You know, we're using dates. If you have any important dates, Moonfeather, please let us know. I'm being honest. I think November is like going to be one of those dates where I'm going to be at a decision position where do I hold, buy, sell? You know, what I mean, so and Moon, I mean, you see the like how the astrology and stuff fits into this like crypto stuff. That's why we're here. You know, we're not just poking in the dark. Like we know where we're going here. You know, kinda, kinda.
No, no, absolutely, absolutely. For those of us that are really tapped in, and we see the energies playing um, out, on the world stage, and also within ourselves. We we listen to our intuition. We've learned, we've made the sacrifice. You guys were talking about, Anan was talking about, we got to make sacrifices, and I think this is exactly this point in time where, you know it's due for us. And we've seen, it's like we see the storm coming, and the storm doesn't have to be a negative thing either. It's the way we alchemize. And yes, a lot of things are pointing to it. um I would say definitely we're going to see a little something from August to September, to the this new lunar eclipse that's coming in, which will be in Pisces Vesica, by the way. I say Pisces, but in Pisces, which is amazing. It's water, it's currency. And but definitely November is a huge date. November is a huge date. So that energy still feels good. It still feels good. There was a shift, guys, and we already saw it. We thought, according to the pattern, we were going to see something for, June, May, possibly, like May, June, July, around there. And it shifted. And Spirit was letting me know, yeah, no, it's shifting. And I've done lives, and it's come out, and I've said it and stuff, but I look at it like this. I look at it kind of like Noah's Ark. We're out on these crazy, choppy waters, like the storm is coming. Not everybody's in the boat just yet. Not everybody's in the ark. I think We still need to position. During this time, I've been focusing on my plan, right? Everyone, and as the guys here have been talking about, like, you got to have a plan, make sure whatever your exit strategy is, like, write it down, go over it, pay attention to the energies, the same way you're paying attention to the chart and your own intuition. But yeah, so there definitely was a huge shift, a huge timeline shift, and where we're definitely going in a different direction, but it's still going to lead to the same goals, to our same goals, to the timelines that we want to create for ourselves. And yeah, and it's exactly just as Ronan was talking about before, I wasn't, born with a silver spoon in my mouth either, and this is our chance. This is our chance. This is our time. And it's going to be wonderful. And I would also add, just to be cautious as well, because the same way we see this tsunami, as the guys are talking about, the tsunami coming in as far as, our gains.
It's not going to be easy.
Right. It's not going to be easy, but at the same time, you're going to have so many people on the opposite side of that. They're going to see, oh my gosh, that they missed the boat. They're going to feel, and we've been saying this on this show, on the Mooniverse. They're going to feel as if the rug got pulled out from under them. The ones that were playing on the sideline and we're saying, and they had the opportunity to jump in. They're going to see themselves completely locked out, and you're going to have billions of people pissed off, mad.
Moonfeather, and they're wrecked. That's why I say most were going to get wrecked in 2025. Right. But right. Moonfeather, one, Dustin, and those watching full lunar eclipse, March 2025. The game plan, and he was working on that probably a couple years before. That's what I'm saying. Wrecked city. Most, not some, not many, most. And he was planning for that as easily 2023, no problem. This is the move. 45 days before the energy is you're gonna feel it. You guys take that lunar eclipse, full lunar eclipse from March. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but subtract 45 days, and you tell me the price of crypto and let me know if that exact flipping day jammed everybody up and everyone lost 50% of their portfolio. And then Dustin and I were being a bunch of scaredy cats, and we're like, should we sell our whole bags? And because we're here pre that drop. And I was kind of like, nah, man, I want to kind of be in the market right now. And if it dips a little bit, I'll just suffer it. And we're a bunch of dorky, scaredy cats, and we didn't sell. And then it dropped 50%. And then we were like, oh, we're freaking losers. But not really. But I'm exaggerating. But we're like, I just watched 30 grand go off the board.
Right.
In a day. And it stayed that way it stayed that way for 45 days beyond the lunar eclipse. So that was spot on. So Moonfeather, that was real. And yes, I was calling May to July parabolic. They switched it up on us.
They switched it up. Yeah, that's right. But that's all right. No, that's all right. Certain things had to happen first. I mean, listen, we had the huge transition from with Uranus coming out of Taurus, which Uranus,
the astrology has been crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I've been telling people, I don't know if you've been watching it, but I've been telling cats, we have been talking about 2025 being a very big deal. Like last year, 2 years ago. So please continue. Right. I don't mean to interrupt, but
that's okay. No, you're good. You're good. Uranus shifted into Gemini on July. Uranus hates to be in Taurus. Uranus is very, innovative. It's
she loves Aquarius, Ma.
Yeah, definitely. It's rebellious and it's unexpected shift, but the thing is that with Taurus is very grounded, so it wasn't letting Uranus do its thing. And I remember, I think I mentioned this to Dus. Wait until Uranus goes into Gemini. We're gonna start seeing shifts. And then that's when we started seeing like all of this clarity coming through, all of these um um all of these bills being signed when it comes to crypto. Like we really started seeing, it was like it's a time like no other. You guys had said it. It really is a time like no other. We just need to wait a little bit. And I said the same thing too. I'm like, damn, man, you kind of felt like, hey, we got like liquidated back in that last lunar eclipse. But I told, and Dustin and I, we had spoken about this, like, oh, maybe, we could have taken out our money and then we could have bought back. And I was like, but Dust, at the same time, you know, like things are shifting. How do we know if we could even get back into the market? We don't know the way things are going. You know what I'm saying? At least it's a little bit unpredictable. I rather have my money in the market as opposed to, you know, uh getting locked out some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like we're unable to get whatever event, whether it's a black swan of whatever it is, and I'm like, no, I'm in, I'm fine. Listen, I've been taking a lot of hits for many years. We've lost, but the thing is that when you sell, you lose. And I'm saying, like, if the market is down and you sell, you're gonna lose. If you don't sell, you just stay put. This is my mentality. We know it's gonna go up. You have to have that conviction. We are big risk takers, and I think it's definitely gonna pay off.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you listen, without any risk, you never you never get ahead. You got to
Right.
take some type of risk, period.
hmm That's why we
Ab-
stand out. That's why we stand out from everyone else. They call us a little crazy, this and that. What up? You don't understand. I've been telling my friends, I've been telling good, close friends, about this opportunity, and they don't do it. They don't trust me. Yeah, I've been crazy doing things before, whatever the kid, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's why we stand out, but that's why we're going to be such a small amount. But we have to, like we were just saying before, we have to be very careful. We kind of have to wait till the dust settles after, you know, uh, we get our gains. We have to wait till the dust settles. You know what I'm saying? But have the plan, be ready, and we have to be really careful. We probably won't even be able to live where we live now. I'm just saying, with some people, we have to get up and leave. It just might be that bad, with the normies,
This
you
ain't
know?
a game to us, folks. Like this is we're not out here playing. Yeah, I like to joke around, but I take this stuff so serious. Like
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Yeah.
Um, you have no idea if you think I'm out here just this. Yes, and Moonfeather, like we take, and Dustin knows, like we take this so serious. This is not pretend. Of course, we're gonna have a sense of humor along the way, but and enjoy. And we're not out here playing, y'all. Like this is for real. And you all have maybe seen some of my. Okay, cool, we make that money, but you guys know I operate in the shadows when I'm online, and I teach that information. That's super dangerous information when you take into the fact that the UK turned on KYC to go online just a week ago. So I'm not telling you about dangers and storms 50 years from now. I'm telling you, like last week, B, on how to navigate. And this includes the digital shit. So my shit is so dangerous, my information for real, and I hold back a lot of my information. I share little breadcrumbs of how to really F over for real. Y'all don't even know. I don't even want to talk about, don't even, I'll go to a hotel, I'll look for the nearest closet, network closet. You don't even know. But be wary of hotels, everyone. I'll just put it that way because I'll have your shit. But this is real talk out here, man. You're not dealing with goofy people here. You're not dealing with normies. You're dealing with astrologers. You're dealing with alchemists, you're dealing with cats like we're out here master planning our plan. And if anyone has a problem with that, you don't matter anyway to us or to me. I won't speak for others, but I'll be you won't even be able to contact me. Because I'll also then take that on the Ronin Ranch and I'll be doing my kung fu, I'll be doing my yoga outside, I'll be grounding, I'll be doing all kinds of stuff. Following my passions. And I won't be around for the butt hurtiness, B. And you go, they got lucky. And like, oh, you think we got lucky on this? Look at that. Well, you got to pay taxes. You think I'm going to pay extortion? Shout out, by the way, to any agents and ops listening. Yeah, we love to pay our taxes. We love to pay our pound of flesh. But we'll be our own banks. How about F the banks and just be your own bank? That's what we're about. That shit's dangerous. How about not paying extortion? Because I have so many ways to then take your pirate chain and turn it into ways that you can buy gas and groceries and gold and silver. And then you do that enough times, and then you buy your $1.2 million, mine's probably going to be about that. So I don't know who y'all been listening to, but this is the realest daggone YouTube channel out here. Get them, Dustin. And Moonfeather's rocking, and Dustin's rocking, and I'm rocking. So deal with it. We're not here to give you. I'm not here to give anyone pretty words. I'm not here to make friends. I came out here to help people. I came out here to help. I saw a disparity in the esoteric type communities, to use that as an umbrella term. And I said, man, I think I can help you guys make money. You go, well, that's evil. No, I get it. It is, but still, you know what I mean? I transmuting that evil into good. And I just wanted to help people. So if you got a problem with that, I don't care. Deal with it, dorks. And for those that rock with it, they're going to be, Estimate's going to be crushing like you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like other cats, very few are going to be out here crushing and we don't even know. You won't be able to see us because guess what? As I've said back in the day, we'll be vibing so high. You won't even be able to see us on mind, body, and soul type, all the dimensions. You won't have access to us. And you go, wow, that's a lot of talk. Oh, yeah. Are you looking at the charts that the homie's sharing with you? Or the Fibonacci? You want to go against the golden ratio? Have fun. We're riding with the golden ratio. And my karmic scoreboard is pretty decent, I think. Dustin, forgive my whatever. Tell us, how do we get rich? Dustin, how do I get rich, bro? I got like some money in the market. I'm sitting here. I got dogs. I got to feed my dogs to have good food. What do we do? What do I got to do about it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? First, what you need to do is you need to learn technical analysis because that's going to save everything. That's going to, and you need to dedicate yourself. You need to get really highly dedicated, and you need to get dedicated. And it takes a lot of work. So definitely plan on putting in those hours because you're not going to get this stuff overnight. I got a small little group of guys right now that did some beginner stuff. Some of them doing good. Some of them just, really, they just want to know where the market's going, right? So I had a small little deal going, small little paid group because, obviously, like on the free ski, nobody appreciates the free. So, yeah, it's about to get back to exciting times, but I do have a video list. So if there is truly anybody out there that actually is truly 100% ready to give like a lot of dedication, I have a video list. And, you know, I'm more than willing to help people that are actually willing to help themselves, but I'm not willing to help people for nothing anymore because people don't value that. And so, yeah.
Guys, Dustin had a thing that it had like on YouTube or whatever, it had like couple thousand people following, and he was giving this info away for free, and no one really showed love like that. So to him back, you know, the energy's given, right? But it wasn't received. Now the homie Dustin is sharing his info with a group of less than, you know, 10 or 20, and we're special forces out here. So, you know, and even that boils it down to when you go up on the fib levels on who's who. So just let you know, like, you know, Dustin ain't brand new. He's down for helping people, but you know, you got to also help yourself, kind of thing. He will teach you. He's a good teacher, but you got to show that you're into it. And if you're not, then he's not into it, you know? So, and that's normal.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, because, you know, this stuff actually, like I said earlier in the show, you know, like this truly is something that can actually set you financially free when you learn this, you know what I mean? But if you're gonna, you know, not really take it serious, you know, stuff like that, and you're not really willing to truly invest in yourself, then I wouldn't bother. Just be an investor. You know, just be an investor. You know, fundamental investor at that. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be able to capitalize, you know, when the market goes up 300%, and you want to have full confidence in knowing, yeah, I should actually sell, and because I can buy back in like 50% cheaper than what it is right now. Yeah, no, that's a game changer. That's a real game changer right there.
Bro, we're playing this cycle different, right? Like we're doing this cycle is different. We different now.
Listen, we better be different after all that business, right? Like for real, because you know,
like you said, you've told me many times, we got the t-shirt, okay, cool, we went through the trenches, but now, dude, we're not kidding around. This is, you know, it feels weird when you look at the digits on your portfolio go up and down, and it's like, oh shit, I got 800, I got 400 grand. Oh my God. Oh, this and that. And then all of a sudden, in terms of 80 grand, you're like, oh shit. And in terms of nothing, you're like, oh, and it feels silly. We're done with that. We're here not for reputation or anything. We're here to pull those funds and crush. Like we're not kidding around out here. This is not kid, stuff,
No. Not at all. Not at all. And you know, like that's the great thing. Like, yeah, this is honestly with a plan that actually we talked about the other night, right? Very realistic plan. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy at all. But with a very realistic plan, it doesn't matter. Even if we didn't, let's just say, even if we did not, hypothetically, that we weren't about to go parabolic, with the plan that was laid out the other night that I was telling you, you could still do the same thing. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So whenever you can recognize and realize those things, then that's a game changer in itself. So at that point, it's just about dedication, dedication and patience, So anybody can do it. I promise anybody can do it. Anybody that's willing to put in the time and the effort and the work, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
But how bad do you want it? That's the real question. How bad do you actually want it? And I think that's the case for most things, to be honest.
How bad you want it? I can tell you, I want it real bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been working, yo. Like how bad do you want it? But what even to get to the point of where my quote unquote work, I worked to get to my where I worked. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to improve my position, so I did a lot of work to get here. So I'm doing a lot of work on this. I want this bad, and I've wanted things bad. Gosh, since I was 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been pushing since I was 5 years old, nonstop, dog.
Absolutely. But that's the importance of all this, though. Truly. I mean, it's really truly the importance of everything. And guys, listen, uh, get these centralized games. I understand. Get those centralized games. But at the end of the day, when the other shoe falls, make sure you got some exposure to privacy, because if you don't, you're going to wish that you did. Yep. And be careful for that lunar. Not only that, but just full disclosure, I'm going to be out of the market completely, no matter what, at the latest second week of February of next year. Why?
And that's extended time, bro.
Oh no, that's extended time. Hell yeah, absolutely. But what do we know? Well, we know that we have another total lunar eclipse coming March of next year. Total. This is the first time we've had in so many cycles that we've actually had 3 total lunar eclipses in a row. So listen, don't discount that. That says a lot. And then now you're coming up on Bitcoin's enemy year on top of it. Crazy. Come on. Listen, there's just too many sinks you can't ignore,
Crush City. And you'll see a narrative change, everyone. I suspect in next year, prior to that, you'll see major. Everyone should buy crypto. Like you'll feel it a lot, and that's because you're unfortunately not you guys listen to this, but them people out there will be our exit liquidity, and it has to be. This is a winners and losers situation, and it's what it is. I tried to help people, but what you want me to do about it? You don't want later. This ain't no. I'm on no. Hey, I'm helping people mode anymore. Like I'm dialed in for my style, and I share it a little bit here and there. But for now, because besides the homies here now, Moonfeather and Anon and Stacy and Esme and some of the other homies out here that are listening later. Besides some of these y'all, I have not received hardly much really appreciation for, in my opinion, some of the stuff that I've shared over the years. And I know we all feel that way, but we're the realists are not the most popular, and that's how it is, and that's how it is. So, we're the dopest dope, and it's the greatest show that ever happened. We try and make you money. We try and get you balanced out, harmony, all that. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I can tell you that because of that lack of whether reality or not, but my vibe has been I have not felt the appreciation that I deserve, that I will be no longer giving energy beyond the people that are here now. And I actually don't want more than 40 people. 40 people watching this, I don't even know some of them. I don't want people that I don't even know watching this. This is too valuable. I don't care. I ain't out here this ain't no influencer shit. This is me. I would just want to ramble to the people, and I'm using this as a platform. Dustin's sharing hardcore info. I share it. Moonfeather shares it. So the circle, those in the tribe share it, and that tribe has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
The realist
Sure
tribe. When you boil
Right.
it down, but when you're an alchemist, you boil down your tribe and say, who can I count on for real, for real?
That's right. That's right. I do agree. And guess what? After this all is over, there's going to be another special group, an elite group that gets open just for all this stuff. So, you know,
I'll take
like,
over North Georgia in a heartbeat. Northern Georgia, the right now there are a bunch of counties. What if I just buy all the counties? That's silly. I go, you think it's silly? Well, I just buy them all, and these are all now Ronin County.
It's going to be the birthplace of Sunshine Sass. Is that it? Sunshine Sass Incorporated.
Well, the thing is, Moonfeather, this is how business works. If anyone has some sort of legal issues, they can take down Sunshine Sass because that is merely a shadow corporation. Right? Or that's fodder. But the real puppet master behind it is Ronin County. And anyone that's going to rule that, for whether it's through voting or whatever, will be who I choose, despite whoever. And you go, wow, it's crazy. Well, that's what they do, and I'm gonna do the same. I could do the same. You go, that's crazy. You go, oh yeah, you don't think that's crazy? Watch me do it. That's how empowering I literally, and it sounds like I'm being silly, and I am, but also I'm not. Like,
no.
This is how empowering this channel is. This is not about laying in the mud, being a martyr, going, I got nothing except this. I got some sandals. No, this is about, imagine taking over Northern Georgia, yo. And
You could tell Ronin has thought long and hard about this. Trust me.
That's what I think about every second of the day, Moonfeather.
He cases the joint over there.
City Hall.
Yeah.
I case the Tatarian buildings and go, I'm going to reclaim these for Tataria, and I'm gonna dig them up because I know there's other levels. Moonfeather,
imagine.
I'm not even joking.
No, that's wild. That's so wild. Like just the thought of that, to do something like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the thing is that it's not far our reach either,
Why not?
Right.
Why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys have probably met people and you go, man, they don't seem very sharp to me. Like, in these, like, you meet the whoever, right? The counselor or the governor or the mayor of some town.
Mm-hmm.
You go, wow, they are not very smart, yo. And I know they got backers. So what if I take out their back? My battle's not with the mayor. My battle is with the mayor's backers. And I'm smarter than them. Why? Because what's the alternative? Am I dumber than them? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'm just so dumb that I decide I'm going to take over this county and I'm going to back someone and they're going to be my puppet. Maybe I'm so dumb I'll give it a chance. And maybe I'm so retarded it actually works.
Seriously.
Huh? And if anyone has a problem with it, you're not going to be able to get through my security detail because everyone's so broke and living on UBI, but my security detail is getting paid $75K, a year when everyone else is living on UBI and at breadlines. So if you don't think I have helicopter access and I take over some goofiness, if you don't think that's an actual possibility, you're not empowered. What's your power? All this talk out here, Moonfeather, this has always been my problem, Moonfeather. Seriously. The talk of how powerful you are. And I'm out here talking literally what you can actually do with the power that is at your disposal. if you make it happen, but you got to make it happen. You can't walk around. I don't like walking around in imagination land. I do walk around in this fantasy land, but I'm like, I'm going to turn that fantasy to real world style. And you can't stop me. Even the fudsters, fear, uncertainty, and doubt can't stop me. Oh, that's so bad you're going to make $1 gazillion. You can't stop me, B, because you haven't walked a mile in my shoes, dog. Guess what? Northern Georgia might as well be Ronin County. And if you think that's silly, holler at me in like 10 years, because before 2035, I'll have what I have. And that's going to be it. And that's that. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's nothing. But what are y'all's plans? That's my plans. What are y'all's plans?
Trying to buy a mountain. What about you?
This guy's trying to buy a mountain, folks. What are y'all's plans? And I support that. Buy one in Ronin County, B. I'll sell you. I'll give you a good deal on a mountain, yo. I'll give you a good deal on a mountain, or you extend it out to Kentucky, and we extend our alliance from northern. You see what I'm saying, guys? You don't even get what I'm saying.
We have a zip line from mountain to mountain, from Kentucky to North Georgia, right?
But also new relationships. What is the point of having this big transfer of wealth? Oh, well, here's the point. You got new people taking over, and those people are us. And if you think you're not capable of that, that's your problem. Putting this channel has always been about empowering y'all, and I think a lot of people think I've said that to be silly, and I mean it in the most serious way I've ever. Like, I don't know what else to say to get across to people. You know what I mean? So,
well, and that's just it. Yeah, no, self-empowerment, man. Like, for real. Like, people, yeah, no. Like, that's always been my message too, especially through all this technical analysis stuff, research, all those things, right? It's always been my message, teaching and showing people how to empower themselves while, we empower ourselves all at the same time. But
how do we get there, Dustin? You and I may sit around back in the day and we smoke cannabis and we go, and you're telling me, oh man, I'd love to have a mountain one day. And I'm like, yeah, totally. And we're all just whatever. No, Dustin wants to buy a mountain and I'm with you. And but bring that to fruition. Go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off. I want to drive some of this like mindset type stuff. Like, I really want to drive it home, yo.
Well, the mind is it's the most powerful tool that we have, right? So we got to keep it sharp. We have to we have to keep, the mind is the most powerful thing that we have in this world. Without that, well, you're kind of effed, So, yeah, no, for real. The mind is the most powerful thing. And you just got to keep pushing daily, weekly, and just, keep getting that mind stronger and stronger daily. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, Vibe's been kind of like, this is like a super, like, very, like, low kind of thing. Like, but it was just like, it was an awareness moment for myself, right? My vibe really hasn't been the best at the beginning of this week, right? So I slapped on the old Motivite today, and I actually I went to breakfast with my mom or what have you, and so I was just sitting here thinking, like, my vibe the last few days has been like great, right? So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I didn't order pancakes, right? But I just ordered an omelet, right? But I was like, just in my mind, just to myself, right? Just to myself. I was like, nah, I'm good. But you know what? Maybe I do want some pancakes, right? I shit you not. 2 minutes later, the waitress comes up and says, "Hey, do you guys like pancakes?" And I was like, yeah, why? What's up? She's like, well, the lady made too many blueberry pancakes. We're just gonna throw them away. So I just figured I'd ask you if you wanted them. And I was like,
She
sure,
sounds
why
like an
not?
angel. She sounds like an angel, bro. Pancake angel.
So funny story is, right? So through the mind, right? I literally, like, pretty much in real time, like, I guess you would say, manifested that, right? Why? Because the vibe was higher, the vibration was higher, right? So that's a testament in itself. And that was also an awareness moment to also check myself, right? Um, to stay in that vibration because, obviously we all know when you vibe high, good things happen, right? But I don't know, just a cool little story that I had from today's real life experience. you know.
And we have to thank you for that testimony, Gus. And I know a lot of people that have been feeling that same way, especially this past week, um but honestly, it's, you did say, like, you have to, it was a moment for you to check in with yourself. And we have to have low moments. We really, really have to have these low moments, because it helps to purge um certain vibrations where we just don't resonate with, or it's okay to be there, but not to stay stuck there. And I just think it brings us greater appreciation, for when these high vibes do come in, we could ride them a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just coming in just for a minute and then that was it. Like today was freaking amazing. It's from the time that I got up, I said my affirmations. I've been saying my affirmations all day. And, you know, and I don't even know how I was operating seriously on autopilot today.
One brother, did you have any interesting dreams the last couple days?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I have. Yes, I have a lot of interesting dreams with a lot of people that I know, but very prophetic dreams, dreams of me living a whole other life, a whole other timeline in some other dimension. Very vivid, very yeah, very lucid. Definitely very lucid. But yeah, it's it's these times where we have to be grateful. We have to be grateful, and we become humbled too. And I was posting before about we have to really get rid of the ego. But the ego does serve us here in the 3D. It has its purpose. It's not like a totally disgusting thing. It's when you're egotistical and you shit on people and you don't care about anyone else. You're not taking care of your family. You're not taking care of yourself. You don't care about anything else. That's different. You're an animal at that point. But it's really about understanding more of yourself and having more grace for just for other people. And so many people came into my energy this week that didn't know a lot of basic spiritual things, and they're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And I'm like, there's so many people that are so out of touch, and all they need is just like a little bit of a positive, some positive affirmations, and they feel like completely renewed, you know? And yeah, and just as Rona was saying, like he's been out here for a very long time, trying to help people. Hey, I can help you get money and things like that, and giving out a lot of great information. It's always going to touch who's it's supposed to. The same way when I put out my readings, it's going to resonate who it's going to resonate for. I don't know. Sometimes I go during a show and nobody shows up, but that's okay because the later gators come in and then they get the comfort like, oh my gosh, I get amazing confirmation. It's going to be for who it's going to be for. you know? And as we continue in this journey, even in the next, I would say, in the next year or so, yeah, that's right. There's going to be, well, we're only going to be able to give our energy, to specific people, in our circle, um, because, well, like Rona said, we're going to vibe so high, they're not even going to be able to see us. It's just, and that's just the effect of it, not because we want to be conceited or not because we think we're better. No, we're just going to vibe so high that people aren't going to be able to see us, like really like see us, but yeah, I think that's where we are right now. And as far as like making these plans and really making them come into fruition, I've been saying for a very long time, about 501c and how real and how simple it is. It is so freaking simple to do and to construct, and then that's about what who's what's his name here? I said 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We always say that 1 foot in the matrix and 1 foot out. If you're gonna keep 1 foot in the matrix, then let's be smart. Let's have the system work for us. You know what I'm saying? For me, 501c, amazing. You don't pay no taxes. You can have, whatever the hell it is, property, vehicles, whatever it is, and you just pay no taxes. And I will create a religious or a spiritual, I should say a spiritual community, right? How awesome would
How
that
are
be?
people not donating to the Ronin Foundation as we speak, y'all?
Because the people haven't come together yet. They're still dispersed. They're still dispersed. But once you make the community, trust me, once you buy your little town, they'll
Dude, I
come.
buy the town, yo, and you're giving me dangerous ideas now, because now I'm gonna need. I'm gonna go on camera and wear a guy liner and I'm gonna get
And guy
gazillions
liner.
every day. Yo, you don't think the
Guy liner.
Lord wants me to have a awesome lake in my property? Like, are you kidding me?
That is so wild. That's so wild. But
Don't
anyway,
give me
yeah,
that. Don't give
listen.
me that. Don't transmute this energy into I could get dangerous, and it will be devastating to a lot of people. I don't want to do that.
No, but listen, it's just, whatever you want to do, you just put your mind to it and you be smart about it. But yeah, man, there's a lot of possibilities, lots of possibilities. So right now it's a time where
Well,
we,
and Stacy, I'm sorry, Stacy, yes, you create a thing, we all create a thing, and the thing is, we all give like money to each other, and it goes in a weird like whirlpool circle, and
yeah,
it comes out clean. Like you can't be solo out here with the scam. You got to be out here. No, we're gonna yes. So
yes.
start yours. Yes, moon feather rising. What?
It would, I don't know, it would be, I don't know, it would be something like,
Because we don't make a profit, guys, but money comes in, but we don't make you got to clean it, and we clean it with each
yeah,
other. So
I don't know, like the astral arcana or something like that, or the Gnostic circle. Something
no, that
crazy
brings a
like
lot.
that.
I would make it real mundane, but I have several shell things going too, and lots of fake IDs going around, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
lots of layers of the onions, and um, you know,
yeah, exactly.
every company is something also that you own. So you gave like to 50 other but you also own them in some type of way. Guys,
Right,
it's
exactly.
funny. This is like real talk, actually. I'm being silly, but I'm also absolutely not being silly. It's just paperwork. It's the
Yeah,
goofiest stuff ever. You don't have to take Moon Feather. I'm going to take over, and I'm going to grab an axe and a shield. I'm going to walk over the hill. Are you kidding me right now? Like, no, this is just paperwork.
right, right.
silly.
Contracts. It's contracts.
Contracts. It's very strange.
Right. Right. And that's crazy because now we're going into digital contracts, which is wild. Do you see how you know just this 3D itself is alchemizing things, from one version into another version. We just got to know how to, alchemize with it as well. Stacy said, I need help setting up a trust. Anyone know how to help me? Uh, there's several trusts, Stacy. You really have to find someone who you trust in order to do that. Lawyers, I
Trust.
mean, when you get the bag, you'll have enough money to get a good, if you want to get a good lawyer, you don't know how to do it. But there's offshore, there's so many different ways that you could disperse, your property, whatever it is, onto these trusts and connect them to different countries or different islands. So, but there is basic trust that you could get here in the States. Some states are better than others, so it's you just gotta, just do your homework or get somebody nearby you that could sit down with you and explain it, but it is a possibility. I'm looking into it, but I want to be a little bit more
Yeah.
sophisticated, and get it offshore, which is better. Costly, but I mean, we'll have the money then, so,
Oh, yeah.
but anyway.
Yeah. I paid $2,000. I got a Dominica passport. So,
Yeah, there you got a Dominica passport?
huh?
You got a Dominica passport?
I don't even know, yo. So like if you get like you could buy passports if you got money and you could
Right.
do the
Oh
trust thing.
yeah, okay, I got you. Right, right.
But also, this is if my daughter's listening, like well how long from like 740 years from now and something I get jammed up, just know that there's cache. Here's a map, here's a treasure map. You have to find the seed phrases one at a time, and all of them are going to require, a task of some kind. Solve a riddle, beat a troll. You know what I mean? You got to do things like that, and then when you're done, you'll get to the Ronin trust that is full of physical silver and gold, and also some seed phrases you might want to find a clean laptop and plug in and see what shows up. Also, a handgun and a grenade just in case. And I'm saying like, and a few IDs. I don't know. And that's my backup trust. You know what I'm saying? But like a real trust, like how this realm works, that is also good. But I would have you got to have multiple trusts that feed into each other. And that does cost money. But the thing is, when you have like 20 million, you can spend 750K on getting all of that organized and accomplished. In a packet. They'll hand you a packet. They'll be this is how all the web of your family generational affairs are. You go, okay, man.
Exactly.
You know?
Hmm.
And is that a problem? For me, that's not a problem. For me, that's how I was built, actually. You know what I mean? And I go boom, bam, boom. Guess what? And then, you're a legend because you started you were top gun in the origins. Not that that matters, but it's still neat. You know, don't trust again with the financials, but don't trust a lot of these other people out here acting like they don't have ego and shit. You know what I mean? I can't stand so many people out here. Yo. I don't think they're genuine. I don't think there's a lot of people out here that's genuine, yo. And it's whatever. Sorry. I mean, not sorry, but I'm shining light on darkness. And if you don't know who you are and you operate in phoniness, but with integrity, like being like for me, right? Let's say I'm like, hey, I have such strong morals and principles and integrity, right? But I do some other things. Like I want to be aware of my own hypocrisy, right? I can't sit here and demonize cats. I love the word demon, by the way. Monday, moon day. I love it. Day and moon. You know, it's a beautiful word. So I can't be out here talking anything and not doing my own self introspection and going, am I being honest with myself? Who am I? Who are you? Do you know yourself? Am I full of shit? Am I have a bias or are there paradigms jammed in there that I'm not aware of? I need to dig them out. So for me, some people maybe they don't do that. I don't know, and they don't have that. They have the integrity, but they don't have the they're still off type thing. Me, I want all my people to be rich as fudge. I want all y'all listening to me be so freaking wealthy. I don't care if it's in dollars or whatever it is in pesos. I don't care. But you're so freaking rich. You go, yo, rent ain't a problem. Let me get a new car. Let me get a boat. Let me go jump in a waterfall. Like, what are we even doing? I wish that for all y'all. There ain't no wrong in that. I'm not even trying to feng shui anything. I'm going, ain't no wrong in that. Imagine we all 10 of us or whatever, we're like, yo, high five, and like, oh shit, we did it. You know what I mean? And we all buy our little spots. We communicate.
Damn right.
That's some dangerous. That's awesome and dangerous and exciting. So hope that made sense.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, no, we're gonna crush. We're all gonna crush, and it's gonna be truly a magical time for all of us. So, if you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. Either way, it's all good.
So let's wrap this up. Dustin, will we be rich by Christmas? Yes or yes?
Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, and yes.
You guys heard it.
No choice. No choice. No choice.
We're going to be rich by this Christmas. Is going to be some next level Christmas. That's just, you heard it here. So
Absolutely. 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 I don't really have nothing to say, truly, other than I think it's pretty awesome how the show ended up playing out. And I definitely want to express gratitude for Mooney coming on. It's a pleasant surprise, as always. And I definitely want to thank you for having me on. It's always a whole vibe in itself when we get together. And yeah, it's been real. It's real as it gets.
Heck yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, you add so much value to the people and to me. So appreciate you, Doug. Let's get out of here. I hope this was beneficial to the people. Moon Feathers here. This is, we're a jam band. We're out here rocking and crushing and flowing. So what you want to do about it? This is the greatest show that has ever existed. And so that's whatever. Moon Feather, I'm done. I'm gonna play a song afterwards. Y'all can deal with it or, enjoy it or not. But Moon Feather, I'm out.
Yes.
Anon Mystics link is in the description. Support the underground, and it will support you back. Go ahead, Moonfeather. I'm done. Appreciate each and every one of you. Love and gratitude and empowerment. Let's get rich. Fuck. F everybody else. Yo, let's get rich. You telling me that's bad? Get out of here. Let's get rich out here.
I love you. I want prosperity for each and every one of you. I want you to be empowered. You ain't weak. You're fucking one of the strongest cats out here if you're over here. You kidding me? Get it. And Heisman, everyone else. You're powerful. Do something with it, your power, and take over half your state next year. You trying to tell me that ain't something? But anyway, Moon Feather, go ahead, Ma. I'm out. Appreciate you.
Oh my gosh. That was great, Ronin. That was really powerful. Great live. Uh Thank you so much, Anan. I'm grateful to be here. You guys, when you guys come together, I know it's always gonna be wonderful when you guys get together. Extremely you guys are very selfless when it comes to this space. You inform people, you come out here with conviction and with, your heart on your sleeve. And yeah, and I just thank you guys for that. And yeah, guys, wonderful times. Definitely a time to be vigilant. And a time to stand in your power, and always with an open heart. Sometimes we battle with that, but at the end of the day, that's what we have to come to, is back to the heart, right? Back to the heart chakra, and release things that no longer serve us. Um, that way, we're able to welcome in abundance and love and clarity into our lives, and know that we are guided, know that our ancestors are looking out for us. Understand that your spirit is strong, we are powerful, and we are absolutely, absolutely ready to receive the blessings that the universe has prepared for us, and we're ready to receive. Guys, have a beautiful night. Thank you again, and we'll talk soon, guys. Have a good night. Bye.
Figure, ego center. One day I learned to change my inner. One source, one energy, we all bound to. One force, one God, make the sound move. Yeah. And I'm bound to make the ground move. With every step I take, earth shake as I pound through. Broke down barriers in rooms that are soundproof. Opened up my eyes, lost lies, and I found truth. God on my side every time. Stargates open when these portals intertwine. If it don't align, it's a sign to get back in line with the colors going up your spine. At the center of everything, Taurus vortex. My conscience will abort threats, leave them at the doorstep. I see singular, resonate with the nebula. Angelic source, our horse forms molecular. My green chakra absorb love, light being raw, sun, divine medicines. Ancestors used before us. Calculate my origins, let them know that more's won. Every day a battle, ascension is when the war's won. Hard pounding every day, every step I take. Only mean I'm that much closer to winning the race. Enemies is getting closer, they tracking my pace. When them old demons show up, that mean I'm closer to finish line. I'm OD in them realms, still gotta pay your dues, dog. Realize yourself, heal self from the roots up. Be the twin flame to yourself, let the fire burn the roof up. In and out the stargates as I breathe. Through the wormhole I'm about to leave. Dipping in and out, I dodge and weave. All this energy, prana chi. In and out the stargates as I breathe. Through the wormhole I'm about to leave. Dipping in and out, I dodge and weave. All this energy, prana chi. Omnidimensional, omnidirectional. I'm in need space after tasting these edibles, or a glow from head to toe. Heart is light, no heavy load. As above, so is below. The wise know it's unknown like UFO. I beat the codes and subliminals. Macabre spiral, that's pivotal. Love unconditional. Plugged up electrical. The mental and physical are one with the spiritual. Cyclical, ebbing and flowing, coming and going. Liminal, higher and lower, closing and open. Yeah, I'm the soul controller, smoking on the top roller, spitting fire like a homer, sipping on the soma. Extracts, I don't react, I tesseract. The last is first, the first is last. No future past, no looking back. In Wonderland through the looking glass. Mad Hatter, the golden cab. Hard take stargates, we open that. And now the stargates as I breathe.